Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, the Pink Fairies, covered in pink. Yes, it is a covers album. Yet, they make all the songs sound like 21st century Pink Fairies music, even the Led Zeppelin. Starts off strong, got some obscure, to my American ears, songs. Garden of My Mind by the Mickey Finn. Not to be confused with the bandmate from T-Rex, Mickey Waller, okay? And a band called the Mickey Finn. That was his hit in England. Garden of My Mind. Very nice. Rosalind by the Pretty Things. So to my American ears, these are not cliches. They're fresh to us. Might be fresh to you, depending where you're from. But then the songs start to get familiar. Not necessarily in a bad way, but we know these songs. Cracked Actor by Bowie. From the Aladdin Sane album. Baby's on Fire by Brian Eno. I got that in my YouTube likes. Really like that song. Motorhead, the song Motorhead by, it's both by Motorhead and Hawkwind. It was the last song that Lemmy recorded for Hawkwind. And when he got fired, and reportedly shagged their old ladies, and started Motorhead. So he took the song name Motorhead and made that the band name. Used to be in the early days, that was a standard set list song for Motorhead, the song Motorhead, but into the 80s, it started to drop it. So that has, from Hawkwind, Nik Turner, and the science fiction author and Hawkwind friend Michael Moorcock. They come in and help in this version of the song Motorhead for this record. Then you get the Led Zeppelin song Communication Breakdown. Quite different. Very good. Then you get the Guess Who classic American Woman. Sounds quite different. Not dominated by that riff, as you usually hear in covers in the original. So that's a quite nice take on that. Then, a true Hawkwind, well, another Hawkwind song, if you want to think of it that way, Right to Decide. I love the original of that from Hawkwind, and I kept that. That's followed by Dr. Feelgood. The song Milk and Alcohol, which was a pretty big hit in England back in '79. Didn't travel to America. Don't know the song. But I love the song. It's co-written by Nick Lowe. Then, okay, there's the one that you know much. The Locomotion. the one by, of course, Eva, when we were whatever number of years old. But then it was popularized by, for the rock and roll crowd, by Grand Funk Railroad. It's still locomotion. Pink Fairies did their thing with it, but it still is a locomotion. It's stale to me. I'm too familiar with the locomotion, okay? But some of you may dig it. Maybe it's just me. That's followed by another oldie but goodie, Mississippi Queen by Mountain, Leslie West. Yeah, I'm good with Mississippi Queen, but they're a little bit too familiar. Really like the more obscure song. Then they re-record a Pink Fairies classic, Do It. Do It's cool. And there's a lyric video. It's not necessarily with the record. It's on YouTube, of course, this album's on YouTube, but they don't have the lyric video going along with this. That's separate. So you can get a version of Do It as a lyric video. And then there is the original song to end this, but it's a minute of silliness. Dum dum, bala bala, bow wow, yeah. It's fine. Not my fave, but it's fine. 13 songs, 44 minutes. I saved 6 of the 13 songs. I saved Cracked Actor, the Poe cover. I love this cover. I love this album cover. I should clarify. Great album cover. Baby's on Fire. I just love that song. I saved Communication Breakdown, their Led Zeppelin cover. They sounds quite different. Not what you're expecting. I saved American Woman. Again, not focused on that riff. It's different. And there's keyboards here. So in American Woman, Communication Breakdown, it's quite well done. I saved Right to Decide by Hawkwind. And I saved Do It, the lyric video. So I really like this album. I would recommend, don't be put off that it is a covers record, and give it a shot. If you're not from England or from a certain generation, the first 2 songs should be fresh to you, because I didn't know those 2 songs. Did not know before Garden of My Mind and Rosalind. I didn't know Milk and Alcohol by Dr. Feelgood. Maybe I should save that. I did like that song. And so maybe I'm going to make it 7 out of 13 I'll save. I should go back and save Milk and Alcohol. So, you got some fresh songs in here. You got some oldies but goodies in here. A number of these things are 50 years old. Some of us, 50 years is yesterday to some of us. Some of us are old. Some of you weren't born yet. Bless your heart. So, really cool. this is classified as by their label, okay, when you go on Bandcamp. Garage rock? I guess. Post rock? Yeah, but those keyboards? Yeah, I guess so. Rock? Well, duh. Psychedelic rock? Oh yeah. Especially correct actor from Bowie, again, some psychedelic. Yes, you got a lot of keyboards going on here, thanks to Al. The band is Alan Davey, the workaholic Alan Davey, who, it wasn't so long ago I reviewed a solo. Do I review Alan Davey's work every other month? Darn close. He's a busy guy. Paul Rudolph, one of the OG members of the Pink Fairies, and one-legged Pete is a drummer. Whoever one-legged Pete is. That's the core band doing this. And, not much guests other than Motorhead, where you get Nik Turner and Michael Moorcock. There's, a bit of help from a member of, Pre-Med, one of Alan Davey's projects. This is their first record since this fine release, Screwed Up. This was released, right, 24, 23, 24, I think. So, and you get the famous pink pigs. You get my t-shirt. Yes, I own Pink Fairies t-shirt. Thank you, my Mind's Eye Records in Lakewood, Ohio, suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. Great store if you're ever in the area. Oh yeah, did I mention they're English? As many of these songs tend to be English-centric, The Mickey Finn, Pretty Things, Bowie, Brian Eno, Motorhead / Hawkwind, Zeppelin. Guess Who is Canadian? Commonwealth of England. Dr. Feelgood, English. The only American bands you're covered here is Grand Funk Railroad with Locomotion and Mississippi Queen with Mountain. Those are American bands. But Mountain, Cokie Lang, and Leslie Rest did form a band with Jack Bruce from the English band Cream. I've been trying to review. There's a live release by, what's it called? Rest, Bruce, and Yang? Is that the order? Rest, Bruce, and Lang. Nice little supergroup from the early to mid-70s. And they did, Jack Bruce's Cream material and some Mountain material and doing original songs. They did 2 studio records, if I remember correctly, and some live. And there's a new live, and I can't find it. Hey guys, I would view it. Put it on YouTube, will you? Anyway. What else am I supposed to remember? No ballads. Dead rocks. And no political subtext, except for maybe American Woman. But the Guess Who denies any political context to political American woman. They don't admit to it. Some people read a political context to American Woman, the song, but the band denies it. If I remember my history correctly. You like this video? Give it a like. Subscribe to Action Rock Corner. Ring the notification bell. And on YouTube, go listen to Pink Fairies, Covered in Pink. Check it out. And come back. What do you think? You like it? Do you forgive? There's a covers record. They have their own take on all the songs. This is not the standard covers record where they try to be faithful to the original songs. Now, it sounds like a Pink Fairies. Yeah, I like it that way. I like it when you take a cover song and you make it sound like your band, not being too faithful. Sometimes I'll sign up for that too if you are being faithful, but the Fairies didn't do that. They weren't completely faithful to the originals. It's cool. It relays in action rock, garage rock, punk, psychobilly, rockabilly, stoner, excuse me, industrial sometimes, things that rock. I know it when I hear it. I think you know it when you hear it. If it rocks, we'll cover it. We'll find it for you. And we enjoy the searching. But feel free to give me a clue, will you? Feel free to throw a recommendation at me. Not always easy. You try and do a few a day. You know, that's my goal. Review a day. I'm enjoying it. Remember, fresh music is as important as fresh food. And have fun with your music. This is fun. And a nice morning with this record. And early afternoon. Repeat it often. Good stuff. I think you'll like it. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. See you again soon.